it shouldn't change things, but it actually does because you have more walls to work with.
Well, now the draft just got that much more interesting on a map like this.
Rook.
We get right back into it. Maybe the automatic rook lock or the rook ban, but
or
no,
Baka.
it's Varesh and Ulrich. They don't want that. They have already decided that is going to happen every single time. They do not want Mini to have Ulrich. Smart.
Yeah, and you can certainly see the justice behind banning out that Varesh as well. First picks coming through, hyped ones in Iva. I called for this last map. I believe I actually used the words, it's an obvious they're going to go for Iva, to which they promptly locked in Jade.
Right.
So I feel better that they're going for it now. I actually don't think they needed to first pick it, because it hasn't been targeted at all by EUNITED.
It really hasn't been targeted
They
at
are
all.
not scared of Iva.
No, not at all. But Ivar does lock it in, and now we have Luminary getting in Rygon. Blossom
Oh,
on
Blossom.
the side for Randler, and besides Lucy, Blossom is also... I could say this for every support Randler plays.
Yes.
But I love Blossom Jumong.
But Blossom's so good on this map as well,
Yeah.
because you have such tight corridors. You can throw out the Boom Bloom Seed. There is literally nowhere you could go.
Yeah.
There is no escaping the Blossom.
And so many places just to even like extra cover. Like the Tree of Life can just cover so much on this map. And now you pair it with Jumong, the perfect pairing with it. Honestly, I would love to see God, who would I love to see? Probably Bako with this comp. I would love to see Bako here, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see them Bak it out.
I actually think Team Hyped picking a Rygon here
Well,
is a mistake.
Why?
Because the Rygon does do, as most melees do on this map, does do well. However, I think Rygon will struggle against Bako. I do not like that matchup for Rygon, in my personal opinion. Therefore, it's pretty obvious that if you pick Rygon or even Rook, EUNITED have a decent shot just in that 1-1 melee matchup again.
The Oldor ban makes sense. You don't want that kind of combination coming in with extra pressure from Rygon and Iva. The Rook restriction, I guess, makes sense. You don't want Sermia on Rook. But on this map.
Oh, double support! Yes! Double support!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes! Double support is insanely cool, and we get a Sirius as well. This is like everything I could ever want. I wanted a Bako, but I was wrong. I actually wanted an Older.
There's only one team in Europe that's allowed to do double support, and because they are currently the only team to have a win with double support, and that's Dolos. Dolos ran with it twice. Now, I'm gonna in the first 2 weeks, EU tried to run double support 6 times. They won 0 times. And then Dolos was like, yeah, we're going to run it twice. And then they won twice with it. I'm like, all right, fine. Dolos, you get the break. You get it. But
I like double support so much.
Not United. You don't
double support is so cool, especially on a map this small, because, like I said, you can't dodge the Boom Loop. You also cannot dodge the quicksand.
Yeah.
There is no room to flank the time bender. There is no room to dodge the time travel.
You make a fair argument this time around, but
make a lot of arguments.
I will always go against the double support until that data starts to.
What about this? We didn't really talk about this. What about this Sirius pick?
I don't know how I feel about the Sirius pick. I think that I'm gonna be honest. Sirius is a pick I don't see enough to see the kind of value he can provide to a team. But that being said, I believe that for what's his face? Who is he?
I have no clue who you're talking
bail
about.
Me out.
So
bail me out.
Luminary, Ivar, Mini, Strivia, Radler, Excafu. We go through the full list.
Either way, we just want to get into the game. In we go. Let's do it.
The advantage of a Sirius on this tight map is that Mini will have the benefit of it being very hard to dodge his melee charge. I don't think that matters, though, because you have so much in defensive utility. It's going to be on him landing these looter strikes. Again, looter strikes are hard to dodge on this close-range map, but there's a lot of defensive utility.
With this comp, they have a lot of defensive utility, but it's on the other side for EUNITED, it's hard to find any kind of... Oh,
that was quick!
Stun. That's a huge stun. I was just about to say it's going to be hard to find any kind of center control because they constantly have to be near each other for that support. But, I mean, you get big damage off like that, then it might not matter.
Yeah, they do need to play together for that double support comp to really work well, but you forget they do have a melee in the form of Ulder. He is a melee DPS.
Well, Uldor getting real close against Rygon. Big stun, they don't, there's a big damage against him. They finally find it. That Petrify going to keep him out of the fight for a while, allows him to go right back in on Luminary. Luminary
time travel.
Iva tries to throw it through. The time travel is not going to land, but he's going to pressure him anyway. Rygon goes down.
Oh, the rain of arrows very nearly finds his secondary kill. There it does. Double support, round 1, EUNITED up 1-0.
I think that the map, I think you hit the nail on the head, that the map is really going to allow them.
Temple.
It's going to allow them to play this game, allow double support to work this for them for all of those reasons. There's so many ways that they can play together, and it's hard to kind of have wide, swathing open spaces to which you're separated.
This is exhilarating in a way I wasn't prepared for.
And now, for EUNITED, they're still rolling. They are just firing right now here against Team HYP3D.
And this is, like we said, the perfect map to run double support on. But the separation that can be enforced is the secret to success. Ivar needs to split up the members around these corners and do big damage.
They do get a lot of damage on Excafu. Excafu in a lot of trouble. The shield comes out. It is enough to really mitigate a lot of damage. He turns it right back on to Luminary.
Oh
Luminary
my goodness!
So much trouble. And Sirius tries to come in to save him. It does not matter. He got beat down.
He was destroyed. Astral Beam will come through, but they just outscale the damage. The steady shot waiting for him on the other side of his Celestial split, and this looks like it's over.
EUNITED right now, just it doesn't matter if you even tried to separate them back in their spawn. You still have that line of sight to be able to get back to your team very easily. Sirius goes down, and EUNITED is not letting off the gas.
Did he just use his ult just to dash to the green HP shards?
Maybe. It's like, I want those, you don't get them. What if he did? So what?
Hey, it's a really long dash. I'm on board. But yeah, no,
And that was a great turnaround by Excafu as well. Excafu was under a lot of pressure, immediately turns around, hits the steady shot onto Luminary, and then Luminary had no response. His zap was gone, he didn't have his jump, and by the time he finally did, he had no health left.
And he also, I really liked the defensive play into the spawn, because you need to be able to, in your head, say, this spawn is the widest area we have access to. That's where we're going to play.
Yeah.
Which is kind of says something about Orb and Temple and why I love it. But there you go.
And early Petrify, they try to advance on this. Excafu.
And it doubles.
I'm so used to Excafu playing Jumong that it's just starting. It's tripping me up.
He's still playing DPS. Don't worry.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, triple petrified. That was a good lunar strike. That opened things up because they have the isolation for a moment, and you can see that Blossom eating so much damage. Randler barely alive.
And Randler's still trying to stay up with the stuns there. I think
good
that
for a
Blossom's
sanctuary.
Go down here, trying to put the pressure on a huge
time
stun,
travel.
And the time
barely in time.
Somehow bails him out. Excafu coming in big. The ult is there to get a lot of damage on Sermia.
Oh my
goodness! It out, and getting annihilated is Luminary. They do get the trade on Oldor, and now trying to turn it around, trying to find Randler. Randler staying alive, gusts away. A lot of health on Ivar to pressure through. The Petrify's there, but Sermia able to avoid it. Blossom finally goes down, and the ult coming through. They will go down, and Team HYP3D are going to take this game, but oh my goodness, it looked like EUNITED was gonna steal it.
When Randler gets out with that time travel, I'm ready to believe.
Yeah.
That was so close. So that's the power of Sirius on this map. That's why you run him, because he does have those lunar strikes, and if you're standing in a hallway, which by this map is all hallways, you're going to get stunned by the lunar strike. He gets it onto 3 people there, and that gives them the isolation they need. You can't play passive versus a double support comp because they win a poke game, so you do need to play aggro, but maybe look for more of those. Play a more CC-focused game. Get Luminary his cannonballs.
Now trying to get aggressive, just as you said. They get the big stun onto Sermia. Sermia able to get back over to Randler. Randler now getting pulled away from the fight. Sermia still taking some damage, but Randler stays with him, and they mitigate any kind of impact that had. Excafu in a little bit of trouble, but the double support comp coming through. A lot of healing. Hard to knock down that true HP, and that's a lot of damage on to Ivar.
This is a much more defensive look from Team HYP3D. They're very concerned with center control for kind of the first time, and that's working well because it's keeping their HP up. But the second one of these combos comes through, this could be devastating.
And a big ult from Sirius to try to get him healed back up. They're able to get back the mid control. They get the orb as well. So Team HYP3D grab both orbs, are able to push back in.
They're very
big damage.
They're really worrying about control abilities.
Double rain of arrows is going to do a lot as well. Sorry, go ahead.
Time travel will come through. That's massive though. Strymia does find the stun. The quickstand's there for the follow-up, but they cannot burst through.
And that is a lot coming out Xcafu, Sarmia both trying to. Xcafu's actually going in right now.
It's a hard chase.
Not a lot of health left on the side of Luminary. He's not able to find it. Oh, machine gun coming out. That might be big. Xcafu can't get away from it. That's a lot of damage, but not enough to get the kill. Randler able to keep him up.
Randler will be Tremor. That's a good engage, actually. The Rygon right into the mid, but the Dragon Slayer's waiting for him, and the Petrify, the Lunar Strike, it is key. Astral Beam will secure the orb. Again, Mini coming through. Huge for his team. This Tiger Slash will do big damage, but in the midst of all that, Luminary still loses his life. They need that trade.
They definitely got the trade, and now the counter against Sirius, it's down. The time travel, does he find the stun? He gets it, and Sirius goes down. Big for EUNITED. So they lost the mid, they lost the orb. Every orb, they lost it, except for that one, which it's a 2v1 now, so difficult for them to do anything about it. But one combo, one big damage output is all it takes to turn it around in your favor.
Yeah.
You found the stun, and Iva got blasted off the planet.
It's kind of gross that the composition they've built is simultaneously a double support passive comp and a combo-focused DPS comp.
Yeah. No, you said it best.
It's a little bit gross.
It's difficult, and you said it at the beginning of the last round. You have to play aggro against double support, but it's so hard when they have so much utility available to them.
You're feeding into the choke
get the stun.
points.
Yeah, exactly. Once you get put into the choke, now all of their stuns are available. Uldor is going to knock you down, do a lot of damage. Jumong's going to trap you. It's so hard to find a way, and I think the map is really helping with that. This tree has been in their faces all the time. It's hard to navigate around that and find the way around the choke points.
The tractor beams, though, are a refreshing change of pace, provided we can get more stuns from them and the other utility. I do think this can be turned around by Team HYP. They do need these orbs, though, given the way they're playing, and they don't get that one.
And a lot of damage onto
Time travel.
Ivar.
Will go wide. Good jetpack to get out, but you can see the chase. Ramier knows that he's got cooldowns forced, so he wants to play aggro.
Health. They have 40% health to 90%. Finally some damage, a huge petrify, but it healed right back up by Randler.
Yeah, they have double support. It doesn't matter if you shut down the support, there's a second one, there's an astral beam. It's denied!
No ult secure, and now Sirius doesn't have energy for it. They're trying to progress through. Do they get the stun? They do not. Rain of Arrows comes in, the counter down for Sirius, trying to put pressure on Sarmia. Sarmia actually a little bit of trouble. The time travel coming in, trying to get aggressive, doesn't get the stun. The ult coming out from Sirius again gets nobody.
Imagine if that worked. It didn't, but imagine the machine gun astral beam combo at point blank range. That could have been terrifying.
That could have been what got Team HYP back into it, but EUNITED are going to steal it away again. They get the next orb, and just too much pressure. They try to advance, but Sirius, the double root, double rain of arrows is way too much to handle, and EUNITED are within one game of moving on to the playoffs in the Battlerite Pro League.
Down to the drives will be there, and there go Team HYP. Like you say, on the brink of being knocked down to that secondary match, having to play You Choose for their survival in the BPL.
This is so difficult right now if you're Team HYP. Even with this double support comp, it is the map that is just causing, it is so hard to get past those choke points, create room, create space to cause separation, because you're just knocking people in the walls. And it's not like your Bako where you're causing stuns when you knock people in the walls. Instead, you're just kind of knocking people really close together, and it's hard because it's so easily repositionable for EUNITED.
Very good at repositioning. Oh my god, and those trees, like you've been talking about, so good at blocking out the aggression.
Sarmia took a lot of damage. If he gets a stun on the tractor beam, could be big. He does get it, immediately turns on him, but he gets away. And again, the double healing too strong, and the tree also too strong, and Team HYP come out worse for wear. Look at the health pools.
EUNITED don't get that orb, so Team HYP are able to reset some of it with complete center control. There's an astral beam, but it's eaten by the Forest Sanctuary. The damage will not be found. Ivar is healed up for the duration of it, and he manages to disengage. Shrymia is in trouble. Time travel is there.
Big stun doesn't get him, though. There's a lot of damage coming out. Dance of the Dryads just going to heal up Sarmia. Rygon goes down, and that might do it if they can't find a trade. And they just standing in their face is Xcafu as Uldor, who has hit solid time travels in this match, and it feels like a cakewalk for EUNITED right now. Iva's gonna go down. One more to go. It's Ivar. Where are they gonna get him? Not Ivar, excuse me. The other guy. Well, he's done.
Doesn't matter. He's gone.
He's
Then he
gone.
falls, and so too does, well,
EUNITED
falls is a strong word.
moves on
Yes.
to the playoffs.
That should be the celebration.
That is the celebration.
The sad, well, Okay, it's sad for them. It's really exciting for me. The exciting thing is we get to have another match with HYP in it. They now need to play off against You Choose, and I've already made my prediction for that match.
Think that You Choose
I have already said You Choose would dominate that match.